Hey guys, so I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a long time. I did make, two videos. One of them I tried to upload yesterday and it didn't work at all for some reason. So I'm uploading the other one right now while I'm making this one. And this one's gonna be about making, bookmarks and like your own bookmark. So if you want to, like, I don't know, do something manga like, you could just use this bookmark and just draw it in, cut it out. So that's the type of video I'm doing today. So what you need is a ruler. Any type of ruler would do, because we're not actually going to use like the centimeters or stuff. And then a pencil. And then you'll need a knife, you know, X-Acto knife, whatever. And then some kind of eraser, it doesn't really matter. Just drawing tools and a ruler and a sharp thing so you could cut it out. Alright, so obviously you want to use this edge because it's the straightest edge, or use this edge or this edge. It doesn't really matter. So I want mine to be as tall as this paper but as thick, as thick as it can be, so that I could like actually draw something in it. So like if I did it like this, which is what like a traditional bookmark, it's about this wide, I wouldn't be able to draw anything. So my bookmark is going to be a little bit bigger, probably twice the size of this ruler. So first thing I'm going to do is measure how much one width of this ruler is and kind of make a little mark there. And then go against that, like this, against the mark, so it'll be like twice the size. And how I make sure my lines are straight is I look at the spacing here and everywhere else, and it helps a lot. So I look at the space here and see if they're about the same. And then my ruler's not big enough for this whole line, so I'm just gonna do, because someone accidentally cut it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Alright, so that's the width of my bookmark. And you could draw something in there too. And then you put your ruler against that line. And this part kind of helps. It's optional. Just kind of make it a bit darker now. Make the line darker and kind of press into that paper. Alright. Mine's actually kind of straighter than I wanted it. Alright, now put it against the line again. This time you're going to use your knife. Maybe you should have a piece of paper under it so that it doesn't accidentally go through your desk. That never happened to me before, but it can happen. So first I'm going to kind of press medium lightly, and the type of paper I'm using is, Copic Express cardstocks, and that's a thicker kind of paper. So if you're using computer paper, then it might actually not have to press down as hard as I am, but alright, now after you're done with that one, kind of fold it in half just to like put the line there. And obviously you need to do this more than one time, so I'm gonna do this again. Oh, it's almost there. Okay, there we go. The shape of my bookmark's done, and this edge kind of has black in it, so maybe if you're going to draw something, you should draw it on this side, because if you want it, I'm probably going to want it double-sided, So like there's some picture on this side and there's another one on here, and I'm gonna put like layers of paper here so it'll be as thick as an actual bookmark, even though this paper is pretty thick. So now what you do is you take your bookmark here, because you want it obviously to be the same size, and do kind of the same thing. Unless you just want it one-sided, then I guess you wouldn't have to do this step. Or if you want it like just thin, then you wouldn't have to do this step either. But I want mine to be as thick as possible, so you just do this again, and if you do want it like thin, then you wouldn't have to do this step. But okay, and then you could just cut it out, but that would take some time to do that. So here's my bookmark. I'm gonna kind of zoom in here. Like this. Yeah, it's kind of slanted, but it's fine. And I kind of want to draw because it's about books, I'm probably gonna draw like a fairy and then a mermaid on the other side. So I'm gonna draw the fairy. I'm not actually going to draw it because that will take for a long time. But I'm just going to do a light sketch of like the body and everything. And then you'll just do the body, and then you would, if you want, you could color it with Copic markers and everything. But that was just a light sketch. I'm probably going to put the head a bit higher because there's not a lot of space on this bookmark. Alright. I'll show you guys the finished product after I even start. So yeah. Okay guys, so I just finished coloring the skin and the eyes. And I just wanted to note what colors I used for the eyes. They're just maybe a little too, whatever. I used G17, G02, YG11, and G05, and I'll show you kind of what I did. Whoops, shook it. Alright, so for this dark people part, I used G17, and then I used G05, and then kind of brought it down. Used G02 and then blended the whole thing with YG11, and then it was so blended that I had to go over with G17 again, and I really like how it turned out. And now I'm just going to, maybe I did this a little too low, use my white Jelly Roll gel pen and add the shines of the eyes. The tip about using the Jelly Roll gel pen, what you want to do is, I'll just use this, is before you even start putting the white color down, just do some test circles on a separate piece of paper just to get used to it. And when I use the Jelly Roll gel pen, I usually like make them in dots, not like actual, I don't like go like this, I just kind of dot them around, put a lot of ink in it. Alright, gonna put it, and then, well, usually I visualize where I should put the shine before I actually put it on, so I think I'm gonna put it here. Maybe here? I have no idea right now. I'll just put it here. So I'm kind of just, whoops, you can't see that. Dotting it down. And I do recommend a Jelly Roll gel pen. That is the best gel pen that you can ever get. Okay, I'm gonna put just a little bit here. Alright, we're done with that. Bringing it up. And, alright, still we're kind of getting used to it. Putting a little closer. That's how the eye shine looks like. Alright then, next part. Okay guys, so I finished my two sides of the bookmarks. One's a fairy and one's a mermaid, just like I said. And if you want, you could just glue these together and that will be your bookmark. But I wanted a little thicker, so I just cut another piece of that same thick cardstock and just measured it out with this with the mermaid bookmark. And it's pretty simple. The next thing that you do, just get a glue stick. Any glue stick would do. Don't put too much or else it'll get on your other side of the bookmark that you actually really want. Don't put on both. Not, at least not yet. I think that's pretty stupid actually if you would do that, because obviously it would get really messy and everything. So just put on a nice layer of glue. I'm just going to put it everywhere because I really don't want this to fall out. But watch out, you don't want these little bumps, this whole chunk of glue, or else your bookmark would be chunky and that wouldn't be good. Okay, now just take your bookmark and then your piece of glued paper. Alright. So it should be pretty good. Doesn't matter what kind of glue you use, but if you want it to be really sturdy, then you could just use hot glue gun or something. I don't really care if this kind of falls out. I'll just use it as one of my drawings, but and once it dries, it'll be a lot more sturdier. Alright, now the next step is to do the same thing, just with the side, so it'll be a double-sided bookmark. You don't have to do a double-sided bookmark, I just wanted to, just because. Same thing, even coat. And the reason I'm doing little dots on the corner is because that's where you want it to be the most sturdiest, or whatever you would call that. Oh, we want it here too. And don't touch it too much after you glued it, or else it'll like slip around. And if it hardens when it slips around, then you'll just get a really demented looking bookmark. So try not to slip the bookmark around. Don't push on it or anything. Just wait until it permanently dries out, and then you're free to touch it. Am I putting too much glue on? Whatever. Good enough. Alright. It's my second one. I'm gonna pick this up like this. Alright. And don't like press on it this hard until you know it's perfectly on. And if it is kind of sticking out, you could just cut it out. Mermaid, fairy, mermaid, fairy, mermaid, fairy. Yeah, I'll stop that. Alright, capping up my glue bottle. It's just Elmer's glue, school glue, not any kind of fancy. And another good way to make sure it won't slip is put something really heavy on over it. I'll do that after this video. Alright, now you've got your bookmark. Thank you guys for watching, and if it does kind of fall out, then you could like use glue, or I don't know, you could use tape, or you could use a hot glue gun or something. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Yeah. Okay, bye.